Hi, everyone. I am Brooke, and I help people find their purpose through tuning up their nervous systems. So, I understand how frustrating it can feel when you're like, oh my gosh, I am doing everything that I know how to, and my situation just isn't improving. So, if this feels like you, if you're doing all the right things and those things seem to not be working for you, I want to offer 5 simple tools that might help you tackle things from a different angle. These are all nervous system based approaches that have helped me when self care falls short. Let me know if this helps you too. Tool number 1 is evaluate your capacity. Here's a question I'd like you to ask yourself. Are my expectations realistic in light of my demand and the support that I have to do it? So, the way this would look is ask yourself on a scale of 0 to 100%, what capacity do I have in the tank? Maybe you're at 75%. Then I want you to make a list of all the things that you need to do and ask, how much does this list require? So the answer can be the list requires 50%, maybe it's 80%, maybe it's 500%. There is no wrong answer. If the answer is 500%, then it's still really helpful to recognize I need 5 of me to successfully do what needs to be done. Here's what I see all the time. We look at what we should be able to handle because we're basing this standard off something imaginary. We're comparing ourselves to someone else's situation with different circumstances, with different support systems, different capacity. But your nervous system has limits, not because there's something wrong with you, but because you are human and limits are built into your design. So I invite you to get honest with yourself. Look at everything on your plate right now. How much more capacity do you need to fulfill everything on your plate? Do you need 50% more? Do you need 110% more? And ask, is this realistic for one person to hold? If the answer is no, then something has to give. Whether you ask for help, you delegate, you let something go, or you lower your expectation in specific areas so it doesn't take so much out of you. I know for me, sometimes just acknowledging my options allows me to be more effective, even if I don't act on it. Now, this takes us into tool number 2. Ask yourself, what could make this 5% better? When our bodies are in stress mode, the problem solving part of our brain gets impeded. This makes us think in all or nothing terms, like I need to completely change the situation, or I need to clean my whole house, or I just need to cut off that relationship completely. It's great to have these big goals, but big goals can be really overwhelming and actually cause us to go into a freeze state. And what that does is it makes it so that we end up doing nothing. But if we introduce micro goals, which are bite sized changes we can nibble on every day, it makes it a lot more manageable. So, what if you just aimed for 5% better? Imagine what your circumstance in your life right now looks like with just a 5% improvement. I'm going to give you an example from my life to help make this more concrete. Last weekend, I took my toddler to Costco. And if you've ever gone to Costco the week before Thanksgiving, you already know it was a crazy trip. My son was having a meltdown in the store, and by the time everything got loaded into the car, I was just exhausted, and he was still struggling. I sat there in the parking lot, and I just felt so defeated, and I was dreading the drive home. But I paused and I asked myself, what could make this situation just 5% better? And I had a simple thought, just put on some fun music. So I did. I turned on some upbeat music, and within a few minutes, the whole energy shifted. I started singing along. My son relaxed into the car seat. We drove home, and it turned from dreaded into actually a nice time. It wasn't a complete transformation, but it was 5% better and even beyond that. And that was enough to turn the moment around and let me enjoy my son and my time. When you're overwhelmed, instead of asking yourself, how do I solve this whole problem? Ask yourself, what's one small thing that can make it 5% better right now? Maybe it's drinking a glass of water, or going to the bathroom, or stepping outside for a few minutes. Maybe it's putting a song on that you love, just like what I did. Small shifts compound, and 5% better today becomes 10%, and then 30%, and then 50% over multiple micro choices. Give this video a thumbs up if you think you'll give this one a try. Rule number 3, ask your body what it needs. Your body holds so much wisdom, and if you learn to connect into what your body needs today, it can unlock solutions that might not even be on your radar. Let me share a story. A couple weeks ago, I woke up on the wrong side of the bed. I was feeling irritable and overstimulated by the noises in my house. It was Saturday morning, and all I wanted to do was enjoy my family, but I felt kind of stuck in this mood. So I asked myself, body, what do you need to feel good right now? And suddenly I had this urge to go outside for a run. So I bundled up my toddler and I went outside and we started to go on a jog. About 15 minutes in, everything shifted for me. My mood lifted, my breath got easier, and I was in awe of the fall foliage around me. I felt like myself again. Here was my lesson in that moment. Not every bad mood is caused by some deep issue that needs to be unraveled. Sometimes you just wake up on the wrong side of the bed, and something as simple as movement can lift your spirits. I only discovered that because I was willing to ask, body, what do you need? So when self-care isn't working, instead of following a schedule, I want you to pause and ask, what do I need right now that I'm not giving myself? Your body knows, you just have to listen. If you want to learn more about how to listen to your body, I'm actually working on a resource library to help teach you how. Sign up for my email list at the link below to stay in the loop. Number 4 is slow down. Ask yourself, am I a human being or a human doing in this moment? Doing mode is always dysregulated because your relational circuits are closed off, always. Your nervous system can't rest when you're in constant doing mode. Doing mode is, I need to go faster, I need to work harder, I need to be better, I need to do more. It's very much fix it, I'm striving, I'm superwoman type energy. Being mode looks different. It says, I'm here, I'm breathing, and I can do things, but I'm present with myself while I'm doing it. The key difference between being mode and doing mode is whether you are relationally open or relationally closed. Here are some signs of doing mode that you can pay attention for. Number 1 is sensory overload. You can't focus on driving while someone's talking to you. You're overstimulated. You're touched out. Number 2 is rushing. You're doing everything fast. Number 3 is irritability. You're feeling irritable with the people around you. Number 4 is criticism or judgment. You're feeling angry. You're feeling blamey about what people should be doing differently. Number 5 is ADHD symptoms. Hard to focus, hard to think straight, hard to follow through on one task at a time. When I notice these signs, that's my cue to stop, recenter, and regulate so I can come back into being mode. So if self-care isn't working for you, it might be because you're treating self-care like another task instead of treating it like a way to improve relationship with yourself. Tool number 5 is to remind yourself there are almost no real emergencies. Most of the pressure we feel is manufactured by internal push. Your nervous system wants to protect you, so it treats unfinished tasks, potential criticisms, disappointment like it's a matter of life or death, but oftentimes it's really not. Here's the truth. Most people won't remember details. They won't remember if you were 5 minutes late, if the presentation had a typo, if the decor wasn't set up just right. They'll remember how you made them feel. Were you present? Were you distracted? Were you kind? Were you stressed? So when you feel that urgency, that pressure, it's an invitation to pause and ask, is this an actual emergency or is it false urgency? Because prioritizing connection over perfection is where real contentment lives. So those are the 5 tools. 1, evaluate your capacity. 2, ask what could make this 5% better. 3, ask your body what it needs. 4, shift from doing into being. And 5, remember there are almost no real emergencies. If this resonated with you, let me know in the comments. And if you want to dig deeper, you can take my Skills for Resilience quiz at the link below. Thanks for being here. Take care of yourself.